Hello, this is round 2 of the Tata Steel Chess Tournament. This is Wesley So versus Anand, Vishwanathan Anand, round 2, in which Anand played a piece sacrifice, hitting F2, which you will see shortly on the 12th move. Okay, this is round 2. We have E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop C4, Bishop C5, a Guaco piano. C3, standard move. D6 is a good move here also, or Knight F6, which was played. D3, D6, Knight B, D2, or Bishop G5, which is a standard move. Knight B, D2. These are the developing moves. H3, that stops Bishop G4. A6, future B5 maybe, and then Bishop B7. Bishop back to B3. Maybe because of the B5 move. Wanting to stay ahead of the game here. Bishop E6, opposing the white squared bishop. Bishop C2, the bishop is needed to protect D3 and also it eyes the king side. H7. D5. Now, there's an alternative move here. A bishop to A7 or rook to E8 by the computer. That's what the computer prefers. But D5, going for the center. E takes. Let's see what happens here. If we have E takes. I was looking at knight takes, but that's not too good. Knight takes. Knight takes isn't the better of the options. So if white were to capture, could that be an option? No, but the knight would come to E4, attacking the bishop and the knight on F4. But F4 looks like a nice square for this knight, a future square here. Also black, F5 may be in the picture for black. Computer says to put that knight on E7. So let's see. So you have E takes. Your knight takes isn't as bad as I thought. So knight takes, castles, then maybe queen to D7. So knight to G5 is very aggressive here. It's different. Well, it attacks the E6 bishop. So Anand continues to take on E4. Since the knight has already played a committal move, it's already committed itself to taking the bishop here on E6. So Wesley just takes the bishop anyway. In the process, it disrupts black's pawn structure, but it opens the F file here. So knight G5 and knight takes E6, F6, that makes it possible. That makes this attack on F2 possible. D takes, and Anand goes with his instinct here by playing bishop takes, because we have once king takes, we have double check here. Computer doesn't see any compensation here, but that was his bishop takes F2 was an instinctive attacking move. I like it personally. So we have knight double check, king must move. It's being attacked twice. King G1, then knight E3, hitting the queen and the bishop. The queen must move. Anand recovers his piece, but in the meantime, the knight is trapped. Knight is attacking A1, rook moves to B1. Again, the knight is trapped. Knight 6 to d4. Okay. So what if, see, knight 6 to d. Let's look at this position. What if we play here? Just if we try to escape. Looks like it's the same thing, but there's a difference here. Pawn takes. Not knight takes. There's no compensation here. So knight 6 to d4. Let's see. Well, the queen can't come here because we'll have knight to f3. Knight to f3, discovered check, attacking the queen. Of course, so the queen can't go there. So we have knight 6 because this gives the queen less options. So knight 6. Well, the queen doesn't have many options here. Then knight to e3. And queen here. Then queen to g5. And it's almost impossible to defend g2. So knight 6, because that gives the queen doesn't have many options here. It's except, so now you have to take. And black gets some pawns for as compensation and an attack for the piece. So queen takes d4, king up, rook to f2. So where did let's see, where did white go wrong here? So far, Wesley finds all the correct moves here. Then queen to g4, which is the only move. Then knight to e3. I mean, all of this looks menacing. Knight to e3. So far correct. Queen takes, king moves. Then rook to g1 to defend g2. Computer says so far still even. Queen to d3. All right. Trying to go to e2, attacking, putting more pressure on g2. So queen to d3. Queen takes e5. I think this is the mistake here. So Anand makes, this is the turning point here, rook a f8, the 22nd move. If Anand had played knight takes g2, now he has all kind of threats. Well, then you'll get rook takes, if king takes, then you get perpetual. So Anand's instincts were correct. He just doubled rooks on the f file, which looks menacing. It looks like black would have a decisive attack at that point, but it wasn't correct. Queen to e2, if king here, then rook to f8. And he has the threat of queen f2 here. He just has, white's pieces are on the queen stuck over here. They can't defend the king side. The knight can't come over because it'll be captured on the f file. So you simply move the queen. Queen here stops queen to f2. I mean, this is difficult to see. Then h5. let's say if we lose a move, we still got still have some perpetuals here. Why can't we go here? Oh wait, h5 instead. Oh well, if we go here, then he escapes. All of this is impossible to spot. I mean, it's hard to spot for humans. But this is the mistake here. So again, knight takes g2 should have drawn, but the problem is the players would have to see all of this. King to g3, then rook over. So Anand doubles on the f file, which looks really menacing. Queen to g3 protecting everything. The knight is pinned also. Computer says the best move is rook 8 to f6 here at this point, threatening to come to g6. So rook up, then b4. Then Anand would have to see that he can play here, because he can't take because of a mate. Queen takes, then you have knight here check. If pawn takes, then rook mate. Well, rook to h6 check, then give up the queen, then mate. Rook h6 mate in 2. Again, this is kind of difficult to see. So knight there. So we sneak the rook to g6. The correct defense would be rook to b3. But it's hideously complicated at this point. If rook to b3, as suggested by the computer, and in all of this difficulty, all of these complications, Wijk should still come out on top. This is very difficult to spot over the board. So what was played was queen to g3, then queen to e2. b4, Wesley saw b4, which was very difficult to find, with the idea of rook to b3. So b4, and Anand just, and all the complications, he just takes. Rook takes g2. I mean, what else can you do here? Rook 8 to f6, and then he still has rook to b3 is coming. Hideously difficult. Rook takes. This is what happened in the game. Rook takes, knight takes, and Wesley played queen to g4, trying to exchange pieces. He could have also played bishop to b2, attacking, threatening, or bishop to b2, threatening mate. But queen to g4, and if they exchange, I mean, black is totally lost. He's lost here anyway. So that was a very interesting game with this bishop takes f2 sack. With perfect play, you would have drawn, but the complications were overwhelming. Hope you enjoyed this game, and until next time.